Welcome back, everybody. These are Dr. Irina and Susan. We are happy to bring you again Tool Time series. And today we will discuss probably the most used and the most known AI platform that is called ChatGPT. It was created by OpenAI, and it's a very conversational AI tool. It is amazing in brainstorming idea, in writing. I can say that I think majority of people really use it very well for writing. Like if they're writing emails, everybody that I ask right now, from students to elderly, if they use ChatGPT, it's mostly for helping them in writing. But it's also great in explanation. It can explain anything in minutes. Again, Susan and I did a video about prompts, so you have to be very careful and thoughtful about what it is you're asking ChatGPT to explain to you. But I can tell you, Susan, that when my daughter was studying for SAT not too long ago, and we had a question, she asked the question, the explanation happened, she didn't understand, and then I taught her to do the prompts, and I said, now explain it to me like I am ninth grader. Now explain it to me like I'm a sixth grader. Until we got to the point where, oh, she was like, oh my gosh, now I got it. So
Yeah.
it's very good in explaining. You just need to know what to ask, and it does everything in like less than seconds. So it's accessible. It's creative, and it has a free and paid version, like most of the AI platforms. Just be aware the free version is good, but it's not as good. It's not as fast. It's not as um, timely. And also you only have certain amount of time that you can spend on it.
Right. So, ChatGPT, we've all been as a nurse educator. It's 11 o'clock p.m. and I can't drink any more coffee, and my eyelids are getting very sleepy and heavy, and I have a lesson plan due tomorrow. So those are the times where, oh, how I wish I had a 24/7 teaching assistant who actually likes writing lesson plans or anything else that I still need to do prep work for my class on the next morning.
That's right. And now we do, and we call it ChatGPT. So
Yeah.
every video will explain the strength and the weaknesses of particular platforms, so you'll understand. So the strength of ChatGPT is that it is super cool for idea generation, and literally you can be as vague as you like, and you can just say, for example, I want to go on vacation to Europe in summer. Please give me country that is the most budget friendly, that speaks English. So, like, whatever questions you want to ask, and it'll generate so many ideas that you might not even think of. It's amazing in first draft writing. I think it's also good at second and third, right? So I'm writing a book and I keep asking ChatGPT to provide me more and more feedback. It is very convenient in making very complex things into plain language. So again, prompting is important. If you'll say, this is the, let's say, discharge instruction, please give me summary like I'm a 10-year-old or something. It can really make it into very plain language. It's just think about it as a brainstorming body that's very curious, quick, and never judges. It also has pop-up graphics now. You can do so much more, even on the free version. You can do graphics. You can even create like a patient handout with visuals, and it's very good at generating discussions and prompts. But like everything else, it has also its weaknesses.
It absolutely does. And so ChatGPT can be very confident. When you're reading the results or the what you get back from it, it's like, wow, this is pretty darn good. And yet you really do have to make sure that you're going through it with a really fine-tooth comb. Because sometimes words get mixed up, and just having one word or two off really can change the whole meaning of things and bring it into a result that's not really relevant or accurate or may have biases. So even though it sounds confident, it can be wrong. And when there's errors in that, we call them hallucinations. So things that are just not true. So you can trust um, ChatGPT, but only through verification. So make sure that you're verifying what the output is like I said, the three things to watch for is relevancy, accuracy, and biases, or without bias.
Yeah, and I would say we'll talk a little bit more about another platform that is better used for like evidence-based. So I, for example, never use ChatGPT for any of my research, like
Right.
if I'm actually researching or finding articles, because that's not the best.
Right.
And also another weakness that I keep hearing more and more, and I'm experiencing, is that it's been really programmed to be so compassionate and so kind that sometimes it doesn't want to give you kind of the feedback that you want. So it'll say, "Oh, like this is great," and so you have to be careful, like probing them a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
So,
Susan, for nurses, yes, how
yeah,
do we?
for some examples. So, a lot of times you can obviously for educators, we can build case studies with it, write reflective questions. For the clinical nurse at the bedside, it's really nice to be able to give those discharge instructions or medication instructions that are in patient-friendly jargon, rather than using a lot of medical terminology that sometimes, unfortunately, we use, but it can be misinterpreted or not understand at all by a patient, and more importantly, sometimes their caregiver or their family members. So I think that's really important to know. And certainly can design a care plan template for students. There's so many things that GPT can be used for by nurses in really across the continuum. I mean, I know nurse leaders and administration can help with, even summarizing long policies or, joint commission type of standards and comparing joint commission standards to, policies and procedures and maybe making sure that there's an alignment there. So they're all practical AI moments for nurses. That's what we use ChatGPT for.
Agreed, agreed. So please stay tuned. We'll be bringing you more AI platforms. Find us on LinkedIn, hashtag Nurses for AI, on Facebook, hashtag Nurses for AI. For any questions, please email me, Irina at affinityexpert.com. You can message Susan and I on any of the social media platform. And please enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you.